Every man, woman, and child remembers the day that Aether first captured their imagination, that gravity became nothing more than an inconvenience. Prepare yourselves, fair citizens of New York, to feel such wonder again. The Helicline Institute of Aeonics is announcing an early Aether Tech showcase ahead of the 1939 World's Fair. So come one and come all, and be inspired. Gaze upon new skyward frontiers and see that there is no alternative to a future amongst the heavens.
Looks like it's time. There's no thriving in this city, not in the lowers. They call it that for a reason. Drowning in rain, lost in the shadow of the uppers. But with a job like today's, a girl can hope to finally catch her breath. Just a transport. No guns, no complications, no room for another screw-up. A second chance from a hard case like Mr. Blanc doesn't come around often. I just hope he's not setting me up. But something still isn't cooking right. Mr. Blanc doesn't give second chances to anyone. After that last job went south, he could have tossed me into the well and watched me get torn apart 6 ways to Sunday.
Now leaving the station.
Someday, I can leave the smuggling business behind. I won't have to worry about backroom deals, meddling tyrants, or pulling pennies from the smoke of a gun. Maybe I could even find a place in the uppers to thrive. Too bad I'm only welcome up here on business. For now. Someday, I'll have a whole place to myself up here. Something entirely mine. No thing and nobody holding me down. Just me and the open sky. Finally free. I slip into one of the ritziest hideaways in the uppers, long after the rich and sauced have sauntered off to bed. The glass cage cleans up nice after hours, but no amount of soap will wash away the stink of high-class gin and imported cologne. My shoe gives the glass floor a wary tap as I scan the room. I ignore the booze hound glued to the table and turn to the stern-faced bartender. The booze hound's a whistling faucet, and his drool-spattered watch is worth more than my whole outfit. As good a mouthwash as any. Might come in handy later, too. Currency in my line of work isn't always green. The bartender gives me a look as I grab the long-necked top-shelf swill and take a drink. The regulars flock here to take in the view over a bottle of something expensive and bubbly. Every now and then, a soul gets grounded. And this is the best seat in the house. My eyes dart to the back door. If things go sideways, I'm a quick sprint from the exit. The bartender's eyes follow my hands, making sure I don't get too familiar with the patron's belongings. I approach the counter. Morgan? I give a curt nod without response. Any other gift of familiarity would be wasted. Wilson out? A deep sullenness passes over the man.
What can I do for you, Miss Rendazzo?
It's been a while. How's business, Morgan? I know that name from the radio. Shame I'll have to miss hearing her live. The glass cage might tolerate my presence during after hours, but its patience runs dry whenever respectable clientele's on the floor. My eyes scan the aged bartender's body, looking for some set of clues on what happened to Wilson. Nothing. Nothing. You didn't answer my question. Where's Wilson?
Your powers of observation astound, Miss Rendazzo. I indeed did not answer your question.
I got a meeting with Mr. Blanc. Let him know I'm here.
So soon? I'm surprised. And without your uncle.
His eyes meet mine, challenging me to say anything, to reach for my piece, to balk, maybe even cry. I slowly inhale. It's too early to let some high-nosed stiff get his kicks in. So I smile. I'm missing an Apollo Diamond picture to be here, Morgan. Help a girl out. The bartender frowns while he polishes a small tumbler. He's expecting me. I don't intend to make him wait. Do you? That did the trick. He reaches his hand under the counter, slowly. A part of me waits for a fiery roar of buckshot to tear through the mahogany. Instead, I hear a click and muted bell.
They'll be with you shortly, Miss Rendazzo. I assume you can show yourself out afterwards.
A familiar scent fills the air and lazy smoke drifts to the corner of my eye, drawing my attention to a darkened booth. The table's already set. A narrow beam of light splits the booth. On my side, a glass of my favorite whiskey. On the other, an ember held in the hands of a man more shadow than flesh.
Drink.
Excuse me, Mr. Blanc, but I'm here for business, not pleasure. The ember leans closer. I sweat under its pointed gaze.
Very well. A shame, Randazzo.
He stubs out the pleasantries with his dying cigarette. Onto a new smoke. Onto business.
A young woman from the Heights requests transport to the lowers. Nowhere in particular.
The Heights? What's some girl from upstairs want in the slums?
I don't care. She requested discretion.
She seem like the type to cause trouble? If she's getting into my car, I need to know what to expect.
She is young, naive, harmless. No threat to you.
You're the one who knows things, and that's all you know?
The girl's hiding. I found her buying passage from an unsavory sort, and I offered her an alternative. She's desperate, and she had money.
That was nothing, but more than I could have hoped from a man who charges a premium on information. Sounds too easy.
For you, Randazzo, too easy is all you get. For now.
And if she brings in heat from the Heights? Where's Wilson? Morgan looks worse for wear out there. The yellow flame flashes on caught breath.
Mr. Wilson is no longer under my employ.
Shame. He owes me money. Know where I can find him? The booth darkens to a silent gloom. Even the embers quiet their dull murmurings as Mr. Blanc leans forward again.
You'd do best to forget Mr. Wilson. Him and those he associated with. Or you too will find yourself out of my employ.
I'd struck a nerve. One that ran deep. Too deep for me to feel comfortable going any further. Mr. Blanc is a monster in his own right. I don't want to know what ghosts haunt his closet. I'll get it done in a few hours. And maybe next time we talk, the work will require more than my babysitting skills.
Your reputation is mud, Randazzo. This is charity. Do the job. You'll be paid. Half your usual.
Half my usual? You called me up here to insult me?
You are not the same smuggler you were a year ago. I pay for who you are now.
It's a conversation I'd had several times already with too many clients. Conversations I'd lost. Turns out one bad day wipes out a lifetime of reliability. I had to try again. I'm every bit the same person I was. That's why you want me on this job. Why you need me. You can't risk your little Heights socialite giving you a bad name with the fat cats upstairs.
If she held any influence, she wouldn't be running away.
So she's running away. And he didn't dispute the first part. You could have called anyone, but you called me because I am the same person. No one else will protect her like I will. That, you know. And that's worth a little respect. His cigarette extinguishes itself, obscuring what little of his face I could see in pure black. He did need this girl protected. Question was, from whom?
Your usual, then. And Randazzo, I expect your usual? You'll find her outside, being obvious. Good luck, Randazzo.
My eyes dart to the back door. A string of yellow cabs idle at the curb, their vultures squawking at a young woman standing on the sidewalk, barely 20. She's a bird of paradise, too colorful for the drab concrete jungle around her. Obvious was right. That's the one. Zio always liked cabbies, said they were useful. This is where he and I disagreed. Bet these platforms don't see many folks from the lowers. It's really something. Someday, I'll wake up to this every morning. One of the buzzards has her cornered. The girl's smile is a mask. She's being polite, but she doesn't realize how ugly this could get. Excuse me, pal. This one isn't worth your time.
Oh, yeah? How's that?
I just passed 5th. Looked to me like last night's crowd at the Cockatoo are finally coming up for air. You know the place?
Sure. I know it.
I'd hustle if I were you. There's fares to spare, and I'd wager they're in a tipping mood.
Yeah? I might just do that. Thanks, girlie.
The cabbie drives off, and the girl shuffles over to me.
Thank you.
You can thank me when we get where we're going.
So, you're my driver. I'm Nellie. Well, Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt, technically, but please, Nellie's fine.
Name's Gia. So, doctor, huh?
That's right. My degree's in theoretical aethonics. I did my dissertation on Cherenkov radiation's impact on Aether particulate flux. Columbia, then NYU for postgrad. Such a gorgeous campus. Have you been?
Can't say I have.
It's pretty close to the Helicline Institute of Aethonics. Olympus Park is what most people call it. Where I work. Or worked, anyway.
She fidgets with her big, overstuffed briefcase. Something about it bothers me. This isn't your average rich socialite clutching her purse in a rough part of town. She's clinging to it like a life raft.
I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you make quite a striking impression.
The girl's eyes sparkle with curiosity. She's a bright little thing. Smart, switched on. And she's doing an admirable job of hiding how scared she really is. Her voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper.
Are you really a smuggler?
No, I'm a chauffeur. The girl's grin is like a sunrise. She claps her hands together excitedly.
Right! A chauffeur. I didn't know we'd be using a cover story. Ooh, how thrilling. What should I be? Maybe the heiress to a vast fortune? Textiles, perhaps? Or steel? Or maybe rubber? Can I be called Lady Vanderhooten? Or...
Look, we'll discuss this later.
Oh, yes, of course.
My car's this way. Come on. I get an itchy feeling, like we're being watched. This whole thing has me off kilter, like walking into a room without turning on the lights. We step into my ride. I twist the ignition, and we set off. I catch the girl scanning the interior, her eyes taking everything in. So, where am I dropping you off? The lowers is pretty big.
Oh, anywhere, really. I'm sure I'll find my way where I need to.
There's only sincerity in that voice. Mr. Blanc wasn't kidding. This really is a babysitting job.
Ooh, what's that button do?
Yeah, don't press that.
Ah, so it must be some type of modification. I bet it's a supercharger. They always have those in the comics. Oh, I know. It's an ejector seat. Wait, it's not for the passenger side, is it?
She's not even really talking to me. Her motor mouth is just spinning out of control. Of I've got to learn what the hell's going on with this easy transport. So, first time in the lowers, huh? Doing some sightseeing?
I'd rather not talk about it.
The kid glances away and grips the case tighter. This line of questioning isn't going anywhere. So, you and Mr. Blanc are old friends? The girl gives me a confused look, like I was using a jar of rotten eggs as face cream.
No, he helped me out of a difficult situation. He's a very kind man, you know. Quite like him, though I think he smokes too much.
Kind? I've never heard it put that way.
He talked about you before you showed up. I think he likes you. Said you had grit, that I could trust you. Not much else, though. After that, he just smoked and smoked. Dirty habit, don't you think?
I can't tell if she's being serious. Miss Sunshine doesn't seem like the type to lie, but getting Mr. Blanc to share personal details wasn't a scenario I could see playing out. Her shoes are well polished, her hands clean, and the letters ER adorn her briefcase. She's an open book, but I can't get a read on anything useful.
Is there something you want?
I want to know what I'm getting myself into, kid. Something's off.
Exactly what Mr. Blanc told you. I need transport to the lowers. That is all.
It's never that easy.
Maybe this time it is.
While we're talking, my eyes keep getting pulled to the rear view like it's a magnet. I can't shake the feeling we're not alone. I juke down a couple service paths and hop across an access junction. Sure enough, when we pop back onto street level, the same dark shape is lurking behind us. Hang on to something, kid. This might get bumpy. I pop open the hidden compartment under the dash and point to it. The girl catches on almost instantly, and there's only a moment of hesitation before she shoves her briefcase inside. I catch a glimpse of the man tailing us. He's got the easy posture and the liquid metal smile of a seasoned killer. In the rear view, his eyes burn like ice above a jagged scar.
No! How did he find me?
Who? Nellie? Who is that?
We can't, Gia. Please, we can't.
Don't worry, kid. Just keep your head down. This will be over soon.
clean off this heap!
Nellie? Who is that?
We can't, Gia.
Don't worry, kid. Just...
Hey, I'm still paying off!
Another notch on the dash.
We did it, Gia! He's gone!
That was too easy. We need to get off this island. Now. I got my papers. Verified this morning by... Look, maybe there is some other arrangement we can reach. I flash a clip of greenbacks underneath my outstretched expired permit. The guard looks unimpressed. Damn upper snobs, too good for money. He waves me on, and I drive towards an open... People mill about, laughing in the sun, but something's off. The world feels grainy and sluggish, like I'm wading through sand. I need to keep the girl close. We're killing time in a sea of hard limbs, well-used pocket watches, and dull chatter, waiting for a permit. Bureaucracy moves slow in the uppers without the right type of love to grease the wheels.
Gia? Are you sure we can't take my briefcase? It's very important.
Better off out of sight than getting swiped in a pickpocket's hunting ground. See that? I nod and put a spotlight on an act I've played myself. A gal trips into a gentleman. The gentleman goes to help her. And the bag he's briefly forgotten about glides away in the hands of her partner.
Jeepers! Oh, that poor man.
We should do nothing. Right now, we keep our heads down and avoid bringing attention to ourselves.
Oh.
Look, no one's prying my stash open, and I've got an eye on the car. Besides, we'll be back in the Chimera in no time.
Right. What's the phrase? Staying low. I'm just worried because... Oh, Gia, look! Cotton clouds! Oh, I haven't had uppers candy in years.
The girl runs off. Hey, don't wander off. She stops, but only long enough to shoot me a grin and a wave. An innocent invitation to come along. My neck itches at every careless shoulder bump and lingering eye. Nobody unusual, but the itch doesn't quit. The speakers call out names with far more cheer than they deserved. Dreamland, Nation's Crusade, and so on. None were ours. The vendor sculpts pink and blue clouds for passengers in search of a sweet souvenir. Nellie looks ready to buy out the whole stand. The girl seems determined to stay obvious. We've still got time before the ferry leaves, but I growl as I give up my spot in line and beat feet after her. The girl's busy drilling the vendor about sugar to syrup ratios. I throw a look and she focuses on picking out a flavor. A stick of cotton later, I heard her back in line. Unfortunately, it hasn't moved. I let her get in a few sweet bites before I feed her something bitter. What did that scarred-up black hat want with you? Her face falls mid-bite. The pink cloud sags like a lead balloon.
I've thought of at least 5 different ways to explain it, but it's complicated. Usually I'd ask someone for advice, but he's not here.
You knew who that was. Why is he after you?
I don't know.
He almost ran us off the road and killed us both. Filled my car full of holes that your fee doesn't cover. Is that not enough to jog your memory? I press too hard and she shuts down in front of me. I'll have to ask her more later. Look, kid, I got shot at for you. I was told to expect a simple transport and now I'm stuck looking over my shoulder. You owe me a whole lot more than it's complicated. What's in the case?
I'm sorry. You're right. and I'm sorry you got shot at. It's my research. It's very important, but I don't know why anyone else would want it.
I give her a side eye. I need the whole picture, but all I'm getting is an unfinished canvas.
It's the well.
What about it? So a bodega sign falls off and disappears every now and then. Neighborhood's already coming to pieces anyhow.
It's expanding. Getting bigger. Stronger. It's going to get bad, Gia. Really bad.
You're pulling my leg.
No! I swear, Gia! The car!
Minutes. I'd only taken my eyes off the car for a few damn minutes. Time stops long enough for me to catch the tail end. The glare of green lights, the lift of red-white metal, and the blur of a black hat. They took my car.
Gia! My research was in the car. What are we going to do?
We're going, now. Ferry's here. I know a place we can hide on board, but we gotta move.
But...
No buts, kid. Move. If they've got the car, we've got to assume they're on our tail. We stick to the plan. Get to the lowers and hole up somewhere safe. After that, we're gonna figure out how you're getting my car back. The hole is a barrenless refuge, rotting and hidden in a forgotten corner of the city. It offers sanctuary to every soul who finds freedom at the end of a gun or the bottom of a bottle. It is the safety of the shadows.
Oh, is this your hideout, Gia? It's like a pirate's cove or a raider's den.
More like a sinkhole. Watch your step, kid. You'll sooner run into a back alley mugger than a swashbuckler out here.
So, what's next? We need to formulate a strategy.
My place. I need a drink. And you need to finish explaining what the hell got my car stolen. Finally, the first drop of real sunshine all day. Sweet, sweet poison. Ugh, empty. Ugh. The way she holds herself is too bright for my apartment, too colorful. Everything feels smaller, the space between the shrinking walls taken up by her testimony.
I've been tracking growth patterns around gravitational anomalies. The well's always been an unusual case. It goes through the occasional spike and ebb, but it's always stabilized, eventually. My colleagues and I, were supposed to meet and discuss what to do about the well, but I was late. I would have been inside already if it hadn't been for Professor Gardner. He discovered something was wrong first. He tried to get me away, and because of me,
She trembles, leaving the unspoken sound of a falling body to echo off the walls.
There was an explosion. Everything burned so fast. I wanted to help, but Professor Gardner wasn't moving. That's when I saw him. The black hat. And then he saw me. I ran as fast as I could. Didn't have time to take anything else but the notes I had on me.
That's a hell of a story. So a professional killer snuck into the Heights and blew up a building just to get his mitts on you and your research. And you have no idea why.
I truly don't. Please, you have to believe me.
Your colleagues. Tell me about them.
They were brilliant scientists, Gia. All of them. And bright and hopeful. Together, we were going to discover a better world. Find the answers to... And they were kind. Alistair, Professor Gardner, especially. He always looked out for me. Even when I first showed up. A 16-year-old with a half-packed suitcase and too many questions. He always tried to help. Right to the end.
Your kind have been coming down here for years. They do some tests, make a big spectacle of themselves, and conclude that it's mostly harmless. Nothing more than clouds or a bad storm.
That's the thing! It should be nothing more than a cloud or a storm. For crying out loud, it's not Jupiter's red spot. Something is causing it to persist and expand.
You're sure it's expanding?
If my work is correct, quickly.
It was just a pause, a moment where I hold back a lifetime of cynicism and disappointment. But she hears it like I'm filling the room with air raid sirens.
You live in a flying city, Gia. A city kept alive with technology so foreign 80 years ago that we'd be like gods to our grandparents. It's solvable.
You're in the lowers, as requested and paid for. What were you planning once you got here?
First, I thought I'd have to find a place to live, of course. I have some money,
The girl goes paler than the moon in a crystal bath. A moment of clarity and a possible lifetime of hopelessness.
It was in my case. All of it. I have nothing.
She looks up at me, eyes suddenly welling into baby blue pools that flood the dwindling room.
I don't have anyone I can ask for a loan. They're dead. All of them. He killed them. And now he's followed me here. He won't stop, will he? He's going to find me again. And I won't be able to fix the well, and...
Hey, kid. Look at me. You're smart. You'll figure something out. You just... Listen. I'll talk to someone who could help, but I need you to focus. Those goons stole my car and your briefcase. And right now, you might be the only real lead I have.
What can I do? I told you everything I know.
Not everything. I don't get it. You're from Olympus Park. You got money. And you just leave without talking to anyone?
I needed to disappear quickly. Apparently, I'm not all that good at it. I didn't have time to pack. I took the first ferry I could find, and it left me in Astoria Bay. Fortunately, when I told a very nice officer I needed to get to the lowers, he referred me to Mr. Blanc.
Knowing Mr. Blanc, that referral didn't happen by chance. He's got eyes in every dark corner of the city. If a bird from the heights flew down on an air of mystery, he'd want to know why. He called you by your name. We're looking at someone who's done his research, or someone who's got something personal on you. Got any enemies up there?
No!
You sure? You didn't piss off some other brainiac with a better showing at the science fair?
No.
You running from family? Some bigwig who made a pass at you? Jilted husband?
I'm not. I've never been married. I don't have the time or the interest. But even if I did, I haven't had any gentleman callers, or really met any gentlemen. Aside from Professor Gardner, of course, but he doesn't count. Not in that way.
This Professor Gardner's come up a few times. Who is he?
Oh, Professor Gardner, Alistair Gardner, was one of the first people recruited to the Helicene Institute. He's one of their spokesmen, too. He even oversaw my application. The other adjudicators were reluctant. Everyone else was so much more senior and older, too. But Alistair fought for me. He called my skills and my desire for a better world a brilliant ambition. He helped look after me during my stay at Olympus Park. It helps that he supervised the lab that I worked in.
Something doesn't add up. Most of us will never see the heights, let alone Olympus Park. How'd someone like him get inside?
I don't know. Must have broken in. Or stolen access? Disguised himself, maybe? But you can't just stroll through. I had to go through an extensive vetting process to even be allowed to visit.
So he's found you twice. Once in the heights, and then again after hiding with Mr. Blanc. He'll probably track you down here, too.
You think?
She starts to retreat back into her shell. Damn it. I was just getting somewhere. If I'm going to get anything useful out of this, I gotta give her something to latch onto. Hey, look at me. This chump isn't getting away with this. I'm going to take care of him. Going to get my car and your briefcase back.
Really?
It's a matter of personal and professional pride. I don't like when people mess with what's mine. Just stay here and don't touch anything. I'll be back soon.
Wait! I'm going with you.
And why should I do that? You're a doe in headlights most of the time.
Well, for a lot of reasons, actually. For starters, I'm excellent company. I'm also smart and amazing at aethonics. I'm sure that could really come in handy out there. But if not, well, let's be honest with each other. I need you to find that man. He has my briefcase. You need your car back, and you can do that by finding him. If he's following me, then that's good news. The best way for you to find him is for him to find me. Us.
Foolhardy or brave, like going all in before the flop in a high-stakes hold'em round. I'll give the kid this much. She's earnest to a fault. Okay, but first I need to see a gal about a car. Until I'm back, stay put. Cress is already gonna be in a bad enough mood when she hears about the car. She doesn't need me ambushing her with this bundle of trouble, too. Cress Carter is the only person in the hole who could sell me something with 4 repulsors and a steering wheel. Only one issue. I'm broke. Fortunately, I have something more valuable to her than a wad of cash. If there's anything that can soften bad news and a steep ask from Cress, it's fresh vinyl with a smooth baritone. I second-guess leaving the girl idle in my room. She's the curious kind that could find trouble with her eyes closed and feet tied. I don't live like royalty, but I got a few shabby creature comforts around. Maybe it's enough to keep the girl's hands busy. Try one of these. Cloud Captain never fails to cheer me up.
Oh, thanks, Gia.
She starts to flip through the pages as I leave, her eyes landing longer on the page with Cloud Captain's devilish smile. Gotta talk to Cress first. Cress? The Hold doesn't ask much of its residents. Stay quiet, don't draw attention, find comfort in the dark. Despite growing up an Aether in the Undercity, Cress Carter refused to abide. From behind a junker made more of rust than steel, two faintly glowing points rise. Cress appears, pale milky eyes already wary and fixed to joust.
Where's my baby, 8-Shot?
The low, angry rumble of the island's Aether generators shake the floor in protest of their nature-defying feat. I hope it stifles the sound of my pulse. This is news I don't want to break. I distinctly remember buying it from an Italian rug salesman and his well-armed mother. And you, where were you?
Yeah, don't remind me.
I think you were, what's the word, stuck, wedged, down the wrong chimney to the wrong back room. I still have the scars, you know, from when the shooting started.
Okay. But answer this. Just who fixes that thing every time you add new holes? Who ripped out that trash stock engine and gave you something that actually works? Who made it?
All right, our baby then. Yeah, about that. Is that a combustion engine you're working on? It's practically an antique.
Mr. Thompson's been holding on to this thing since he first moved here. Left her to me when he passed. She's not much now, but A few more tons of elbow grease, and she'll sing.
She stretches her prosthetic arm and tilts her head, analyzing the jagged edges of this car-shaped hunk of rust like puzzle pieces she can rearrange and solve. She's distracted, mind somewhere free and happy, when I bring her back down. Cress, I got some bad news. The car's gone. I let my guard down.
You lost it? You here then to beg for your life?
I need help getting it back. An iceberg lugged 3,000 miles from the North Pole and thrown in the corner wouldn't have made this room any colder. Cress, Look, I don't come empty-handed. Here, found this on one of my jobs.
You think you can bribe me with a Coleman Hawkins? Damn. Okay, I'm listening.
She's still out there. My guess is White Street. The thief was after something in a hidden compartment, and they won't get it open without help. White Street will take apart anything if they get to keep the parts.
I'm listening for an apology, Gia. That wasn't just your car. It was hours, days of my blood, sweat, and tears to make it work.
You think I don't feel bad enough as is? I'm sorry, Cress. It's this job I'm on. This client, some hotshot's after her. Same punk who took the car.
Apology accepted, if you get our baby back. Now, this job. I thought you were taking things easy still. Honestly, surprised you found work at all. It's only been a year since your uncle died. How you holding up?
Work's dried up. Even the easy jobs that no one wants. What I can get is barely enough to get by.
Have you considered calling in that favor Needles owes you? He's working in White Street now. Pretty sure he could get you a job if you need it. Here, he's been busy lately.
Needles? I'm not talking to that prick, not in 100 years. Not sure who would shoot first if we saw each other again. No, Cress, not him. Wait, are you keeping tabs on him?
You're not the only smuggler that's good at what they do. He's also one of the few who still runs in White Street. Aether over there don't have many options, especially with that tyrant and his constant wars.
War in White Street wasn't new, and it wasn't worth the small talk, or the bad memories that come with it. It's this client. There's something off about her.
Off? How?
Can't place it yet. Too many questions. Doesn't help that she's from the Heights.
Well, there's your problem. Anyone who lives that high up has a screw loose. Not enough oxygen. Shouldn't trust any of those airheads.
I might have to if I want to get my car back.
Be careful out there, Gia.
Not right now, Cress. I just want to stay focused, find my car. I bet by now she's in the hands of some White Street chop shop. I need your help, Cress.
2 favors, then. A car, and I assume a lead in White Street.
Her eyes go distant. She never told me who she lost when White Street's Baron executed his last purge, but she disappeared for a week afterwards. When she finally returned, someone else walked around in Cress's leather shoes. She pulls out a pencil, scribbling a symbol on an old stale coffee filter plucked from the ground.
North White Street Harbor, Pier 9. Say I sent you. You'll find some Aether who can help. Maybe. As for the car, got a lemon out back. Not much, but it's a start. Bring it around, and maybe I can get it working. Take these repair kits too, in case you get in a scrap.
Thanks, Cress.
Yeah. Also, Gia, don't be an ass. I'll hear about it. Hey there. Gia, I'm not running a charity. If you need any more favors, you'll have to pay for them. With cash. I have a place, sure. Basically an overflowing trash can, but it's something. I'll need rent. Have her come talk to me later. Sure. Why? Need to butter me up again? You know I love the Duke. Saved up some pennies while I was working up in Nation's Crusade. Eventually I found this place and bought it for a song. Very funny. I gotta explain that to you, of all people. I wanted my own space, Gia. My own business. So what if it crashes and burns? I earn my own money doing what I'm good at. And damn anybody who tries to stop me. Too damn right I am. Now, is this something else you wanted? Would you? I wake up and my time is my own. I get to see the stars at night, I don't know. Yeah, there were happy times. Playing wrench ball with the other kids, listening to music with my folks. But we had to fight for every little moment like that. You grow up an Aether rat. You grow up hoping someday you'll make it out. And you keep that hope alive, no matter what. See you soon.
I'd left the kid to get some rest. I returned to find her stainless shoes performing a precarious balancing act on my chair while her hands twirl the wall crank. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, Gia! I'm not used to having time on my hands, and I couldn't help but notice your plant wasn't getting enough light. I adjusted the height, and it should get up to 10% more exposure. I hope that was all right.
Next time, ask. Anyway, got transport and a lead. Let's head out.
Already?
We need to move fast if we even want a chance of finding my car and your briefcase in one piece. Best bet? We start with White Street.
Why there? Is it a smuggler thing?
It's a hunch. White Street's whole business is sanitation and recycling. You need something disposed of on the down low? That's where you go.
Gia. Drive safe.
I don't believe in vengeful spirits. If they existed, White Street would have been torn from the sky in retribution for its decades of war. Instead, it stays floating to spite the dead, a withered shell of its former glory.
Why? Is something wrong?
Where would I find the time, kid? Or the heart to fill your head with graves of ash, islands on fire in the night, the thunder of war in the skies? That was years ago. But Not yet. Fine. I needed to stretch my legs anyhow. Like a dove on an updraft, the girl flutters off as soon as her heels hit the street, following the music and fanfare to the nearby parade. Hey! I said stay close!
Wowzers. I haven't been to one of these since I was young. Father took me to several, but those weren't as, serious. Where are the floats? The clowns? They're just soldiers. Are all parades in the lowers like this?
Just like this? No. Each Baron has their own flavor of showboating to distract from how bleak life is down here. White Street's just eager to march and flash their guns around.
Something big must be going on. Do you know what's happening?
I'm not sure what this is. White Street has been bleeding territory, money, and men for over a decade in its wars with the surrounding barons. This should be a funeral march, not a celebration. Through a hail of ticker tape, I swerve past a waving arm to get a better look at the line of soldiers. Spotless uniforms, polished guns, a show of strength that White Street hasn't been able to afford in years. When did they fill their war chest? Hey, pal, what's the occasion? Save the lowers? Going to take more than some new weapon to do that. He applies more plaster to his smile. I glance around. He's not the only face in the crowd straining to keep the corners of their mouth upright. The cries of support echo emptily. The banners flow without enthusiasm. Like stone pushed through a sieve, the crowd forces out cheers for a devil clad in white.
Is that the Baron of White Street? He must be really popular.
That's Eli Tillingast. Calls himself the General. They cheer because if they don't... One hot blast of light was all it took to disappear a crowd, stunning onlookers like a twisted magic trick. Instead of applause, cries of panic and a stampede of feet clap the pavement, while a putrid smell fills the air. My gut twists as it fights every reckless impulse to run. A few onlookers run from the scene. My feet are 2 steps after them before my senses yank me by the shoulders. Eli Tillingast doesn't tolerate desertion from anyone. The crowd seconds from dissolving into a frenzied swarm. If I don't grab the kid and move, we're going to get trampled flat. However, we're saved by an unlikely savior.
Hold!
The Baron of White Street stands, gloved hand extended. Despite fear and panic, The crowd obeys, frozen in place by a gentle, assuring gesture.
Let the procession continue.
The music starts back up, and the world moves on Eli's command. Coerced cheers rush to fill terrified silence, while marching boots blot out the scorched earth.
The days where White Street bled tirelessly to save a debaucherous world have come to an end. We will bleed no longer. Our enemies will tremble for a weapon they cannot resist, a weapon they cannot overcome. We will demand our rightful place in the sun and rid the shadow of chaos from the lowers. We are just. We are strong. We are unsullied.
He pumps his fist and the crowd answers with a deafening cheer. With all eyes back on the general and his grisly procession, I look for Nellie.
Red Aether wasn't to ever... Oh, Gia, those people. Those poor people.
You recognize it? What the hell was that thing, Nellie?
It was never supposed to get out. Never. How did it get out? How?
She buries herself in her hands, breathing hard, wishing with every strained muscle that this nightmare would end. A part of me wants to join her.
I can't stay here, Gia. We have to go.
We can't. Not without attracting serious attention. You saw what happened. If we get caught sneaking out, we'll get shot.
Gia, please.
The kid's bloodless face moves me to glance down the procession line. The tail end's in sight, but the miserable sound from the girl has me second-guessing how long her nerves will hold. Nellie, look at me. Talk to me. Just tell me what that was.
That weapon used red Aether, Gia. A highly volatile, highly experimental version of Aether. It's very powerful, but also very unstable. But red Aether wasn't supposed to...
We have to wait the parade out. Hold on just a while longer.
I understand.
The sound of lockstep boots thumping asphalt finally fades into the corpse-stained wind, and the crowd, released from their mandated joy, finally begins to disperse. Silence finds its way back into the world. All at once, the poor kid's nerves crumble like a paper cup, spilling her insides all over the now vacant street. Take it easy, kid. Slow breaths, all right?
Let's get out of here. Now, please.
Yeah, we're done. Enough distance passes that ash and screams and a bright, hot light start fading into a bad memory. Nellie breaks the silence.
Is White Street always this awful?
Often enough. White Street's never shied away from putting down opposition with violence. Never heard of them using a weapon like that, though.
But those were their people. He's supposed to be the Baron. Isn't he supposed to listen to their concerns? What about due process?
Look, kid. It might work that way upstairs, but not here. The only word that matters down here is the Barons, and in White Street, the chain of command's everything. If Eli says we're going to war, you either fall in line, or you're an enemy.
One might have been bad, but the others were simply calling for peace. Where's the harm in that?
White Street tried the whole peace thing a few years ago. Someone blew them to bits during peace talks. That's not something they'll ever forget. It's around here somewhere, hidden. What was that symbol?
Are we really going into the Undercity? Will the Aether rats let us, or are the stories true? You don't think they'll throw us off the island, do you?
Which stories we talking about?
Well, the ones in the papers? I've never met an Aether rat, so I honestly don't know how much of it is true or not. However, they're supposed to be benevolent, aren't they? They keep our islands in the sky, and in exchange, they get the Undercity, but everyone knows that. I've heard they generally keep to themselves. Except when outsiders sneak into their tunnels. Also, their eyes all turn into a unique shade of pale blue. They glow, too, from what I've read. Like Aether. There are journals that theorize why, but nothing concrete. Or always pleasant.
Madonna. The kid's understanding is as accurate as a stained mirror. Better clear things up before we go in. Look, you can't rely on the stories you read in the papers. You want to avoid getting grounded? Don't call them Aether rats. They're Aetheniers, and they're good people. I'm guessing you've never met one?
No. There were rules. We weren't really supposed to interact with them. Or see them.
They don't want to be seen down here either. Too many people can't stand the idea that an island floats or sinks on the whim of an Aethenier. Figure a good rat is a scared rat.
They've done it before, haven't they? I've read of islands crashing because of Aether repulsor failure that could only be possible by sabotage.
And blow themselves up out of spite? No island falls without a baron behind it and a list of dead Aetheniers trying to stop it. The world down here isn't one you'll find in your books. Keep that in mind. Now, where's that door? Careful strokes of paint form an innocuous symbol of a rat matching the sketch Cress gave me. This is the right place.
Shopping for trouble? We're just sightseeing real close.
Jeepers! Gia?
A pauper. One of the murderous specters slithering freely through every pipe, waiting to brutalize passers-by. If you listen to the stories. Scary as he is, he's more sentinel than specter. Looking for you, actually. We're friends of Cress Carter. She sent us to ask about a missing car.
Cress Carter?
Strange. Cress's name should mean something. Either he's greener than he looks or he doesn't trust my word. I might need something to loosen his tongue. Name's Gia Randazzo. Who are you if you don't know Cress Carter?
Maybe I know her. Don't know you. Neither of you.
Well, if what you need is an introduction, my name is Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt. Pleased to meet you.
Don't shake hands with strangers, let alone topsiders.
He threatens to disappear back into the shadows and leave us without a way in. But then he pauses.
Doctor? What type of doctor?
Oh, theoretical aethonics. Now, I don't have the experience one of you Aethoniers have with the practical side, but I do know my way around an Aether core. I was actually hoping I could find out a little more about maintenance techniques down here.
You know anything about hydraulic engineering?
No, but I'm a quick study.
You're having a problem with your water supply?
War's changed priorities for the Undercity. Water's being rerouted, and there's not enough of the good stuff to go around.
Is it a filtration issue? Something pressure-related? Or does it have to do with the temperature regulation?
Don't know. Sounds like you might know a thing or two, though.
The pauper sinks deep into thought. We might as well be having a conversation with a statue.
Friends with Cress Carter, huh? All right.
The armed shadow stares blankly towards us, his pale blue glass eyes casting unknown intent at me and the kid before pounding the space behind him.
And watch yourself.
He melts back into the industrial decay behind him, never once taking his eyes off us. His disembodied voice echoing out one last time.
Or you'll see us again real soon.
Every darkened cranny becomes a potential peephole while we stand there. Like walking to confession blindfolded in a packed cathedral. I can feel hundreds of unseen eyes watching, waiting for a single misstep.
He gave me the heebie-jeebies. Do you think he...
She's interrupted by a gush of stale air riding the echoes of countless thumping Aether machines.
Topsiders? Why are you here? Hurry, out with it, we're busy. Harold's been wrong before.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, this is Gia. We're not here to bother you while you work on... Oh, is that part of an Aether substructure power converter? I've always wondered about the older infrastructure.
Nellie, that's not why we're...
Right. Gia's friend, Cress, she's an Aethonier also. She sent us here because we need your help to find this car of ours that has some important stuff hidden away inside.
Too desperate, too vulnerable. I lob a cough towards Nellie, hoping she'd quit her rambling so I could get a word in.
Cress sent you? That girl. Fine, let's hear it.
You and Cress close?
We're Aether rats. We're all related. One big happy family. She's running around with all these topsiders causing trouble. And now she risks the three of us. She should know better.
It's a subtle movement. Alexander sends an involuntary glance towards Maria's abdomen before matching my eyes. I couldn't be sure if he was angrier that I caught him, or that he slipped something so personal. These tunnels...
They're so big. Where did they go? Everywhere? Can you get to any part of the island from here? Have you ever gotten lost?
I've known too many smugglers who've disappeared trying to find their way through Aether rat tunnels. Success promises an unseen and untraceable smuggling route. Failure costs you your life.
No. Aether rats don't get lost. We can smell our way through miles of... This tunnel can get you through most of the barony, if you know where you are going. But don't try it. You'll end up stuck in the dark or taking a one-way trip to Old New York.
A 35 Chimera, dumped recently. Have you seen anything? Alexander breaks his scowl with an impish eye and a cracked smile. He knows exactly what we want, and he is going to wring us dry for it.
Maybe. We'll need something in return, though. Harold says you know hydraulic engineering. Is this true? Can you create substitute filtration parts?
With the right equipment and a blueprint, maybe? I don't have any on hand, though. I'd also need time to formulate possible solutions.
Maybes are not enough. We need working parts, now. Eli's new war means that all non-essential requisitions are delayed. That includes water filtration equipment for the Undercity. Now, our water is becoming Aether-tainted.
That's terrible. Of course we'll help. We'll get you everything you need. How do we...
Hang on a sec. Before we agree to anything, I need to know what we're getting into. How much is this info going to cost me?
Water filtration parts, new ones. 1 or 2 crates should do the trick. The more the better.
Aetherians should have priority. But Eli's leaving you without water?
Should be, but the Barony's quartermaster says the war means less for us and more for the army. Natsuko's a soldier, not a man. He's choked us from the supplies we need for years. Now, with the war, he has every excuse to squeeze tighter.
How'd any part of White Street lose out on clean water? I thought that's all Eli cared about, aside from his wars.
Our water is kept separate from the rest of the Barony's supply. That way, Terriers can reward us with clean water if we run low.
Why would Eli risk the lives of his Aetherians? You keep his islands afloat. If you all start falling sick, his islands are going to start dropping too.
We've asked his Terriers the same question. All we get back is, get back to work.
You'll have those parts, but I'll want to know where my car is as soon as we're back.
Don't trust the quartermaster. And watch yourself around the scrapyard. It's a dangerous place.
We'll get everything you need. I promise.
Poor kid. She has no idea. The Aetherian couple are hard at work, while Alexander silences a hissing valve with a brisk twist of the wrist. Maria wrangles a weave of cables between metal clips and a dialed box.
What do you want?
What else do I need to know about this quartermaster character?
The coward? You can't trust him. He'd just as fast sell you out or cut your pay. And watch out for his dogs. Scrappers from the burrows. They're nasty bastards. He pays to do his dirty work.
Scrappers up here? Didn't think anyone let them out of the burrows.
One of the Rust Barons has an agreement with the quartermaster. A working relationship to keep materials coming into White Street. I don't know what those savages get in return.
Food, probably, or any basic necessities. You'd be surprised how far a cask of clean water can go down there. He actually lets them operate in White Street territory?
Gave them full reign after the lodge was destroyed. Not enough soldiers to cover everything. The scrappers were just happy to get off the ground.
What are you doing out here?
You an engineer? No? Then, none of your business. Just be happy we're keeping you flying.
You don't like me much.
You want me to like you? To be friends? Is that why you're here?
The blaze cools at the sound of Maria's voice. The man before me deflates and looks away, unable to hold my stare.
When topsiders make it through that door, people get hurt. Friends die, family die. It's not a matter of if, but when. I'll do whatever it takes to keep my family safe. Anything. You understand me?
I nod. There's nothing else I could say. The Aether couple are hard at work. While this quartermaster, Alex frames him as a tough customer. But you blame him for something else? She pauses, pulling some of her windswept hair out of her eyes. I don't know where her mind went in that moment, but it held her captive. What's this you're working on? Your husband's friendly. You aren't worried? You trust Cress that much? You too close? She puts down her tools, leaning against the machine in front of her. She's tired, spent, exhausted by constant work or maybe whatever memory she's conjuring. She faces me, both sad and dreamy written across her face. It's a look I know well. A look found only at the end of a funeral sermon promising an afterlife free from suffering. The Aether couple are hard at work.